Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Toy Addict 26 here, and today we're going to take a look at the Toys R Us Rocky 2-pack exclusive by NECA Toys. This Toys R Us exclusive features Rocky and Apollo Creed from the first Rocky film and comes in an oversized standard clamshell package with Rocky film imagery created especially by NECA. This 2-pack consists of exclusive repainted versions of Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed, which are the same figures from the first Rocky figure assortment. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Rocky Balboa first. As you can see right away, the details on the figure are a lot more realistic looking this time around. NECA has used new techniques that they're going to be incorporating in many upcoming releases, as well as upcoming Rocky assortments. And basically they're using semi-translucent plastics to give the skin on these figures a much more realistic and porous overall look. And they're using semi-translucent paints as well to do the paint applications and decos. The articulation on the Rocky Balboa figure is just like the first assortment. If you checked out my review on the website, you could see more details about that. All the joints are nice and tight. You've got the ball socket mid-torso. You've got ball socket shoulders. You've got the swivel hinged elbows and ball socket wrists. Now the thigh here is a bit constricted as far as the range of movement because of the boxing shorts that kind of limit the thigh movement there. Then you've got the swivel hinged knees, and you've got 2 points of articulation at the foot. You have at the mid foot, which is the tip of the foot, and you have ball socket at the ankle. So very good articulation, which allows you to pose Rocky Balboa in many different ways. And here's a real quick comparison side by side. As you can see, the previous version of Rocky Balboa from the first assortment of the figures has a much more matte looking paint job on the skin, which looks fantastic, and I'm sure many of you will have your favorites. Some people will like the previous version, some people will like the new version. But it's great to see that, you know, after NECA came up with this technique, that they were able to incorporate it into the first Rocky and Apollo Creed figures. Now let's go ahead and take a real quick look at Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed is a bit taller than Rocky, obviously, as it is movie accurate. And you can see here in the back and all over through the body, there is a much more transparent look about the skin. Looks a lot more realistic. The details on the socks are fantastic. I mean, back in the 80s, these things were cool. Obviously nowadays it's kind of like funny looking, but the paint applications are very, very well done. I didn't see any bleeding or, you know, any misapplications. You know, you've got the same range of articulation on Apollo Creed as you would on Rocky, only his shoulders are much more constricted because you got kind of that muscle going over the shoulder muscle there, and that kind of limits the arm as far as the shoulder going up. You've got the same ball socket wrists. You've got the same ball socket mid-torso. You can do kind of like the ab crunch, arch the back as well. And you pretty much have this whole kind of like angular type of pose that you can do. And same thing as Rocky Balboa. The thigh movement is constricted from the shorts, but that's normal. And you've got the same swivel hinged knees, ball socket ankles, and the tip there. And you can notice the actual joint is colored in the same color as Apollo Creed's skin tone, and same thing with Rocky. So that's just one little, you know, thing, I guess, in the factories that they forgot to match those colors up with the boots, which would have looked a lot better. But overall, you know, Apollo Creed looks fantastic. And let's take a quick comparison here of the previous version of Apollo Creed and the new version. The Rocky 2-pack is exclusively available at Toys R Us stores and ToysRUs.com. Just in time for the holidays, this is a great opportunity to catch up on those figures you may have missed out in the first assortment and get updated versions of the figures at the same time. Thanks for watching this video, guys. This is Toy Addict 26, and I'll see you in the toy house.